David Dein questions Arsenal's support of Arteta's VAR outburst. Caramba, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's go, caramba.
Arsenal, I doubt that would have happened, particularly given your role at the FA as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened. And I think, but you know, we're in an emotional game and these things do happen. I think it's unfortunate and live and learn.
Would you have had...
You know, you don't undermine the manager either. The manager in the heat of the moment, that's what he believed in. He just looked... I was at Newcastle that game. He felt aggrieved that he felt the decisions went against him. In the final analysis, I think it was a bit of misdirection because the fact is, it was 101 minutes. We'll talk about timekeeping in a minute. There was 3 minutes in the first half added on and 8 minutes in the second. In 101 minutes of football, we only had one shot at goal.
Exactly. This is exactly what I was saying when Arteta was saying, it's a disgrace. It's embarrassing, guys. I can't believe it, guys. What is going on, guys? This is the Premier League, guys. And look at the Hypocrisy that this manager's got to say. David Dein, ex-Arsenal vice president. Yeah, one of the biggest reasons why I became an Arsenal supporter. Created an infrastructure of winning, proper players, a proper manager. Listen, David Dein, a lot of it is attributed to David Dein coming out on TalkSport saying that ultimately we did not deserve to win the game against Newcastle. Some decisions go for you, some decisions go against you. And that's exactly what I was saying. And some Arsenal fans, it's the same pucari, it's the same merda they always come out with. Oh, no, who's David Dein? Dismissing this guy is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't see no Man City fans dismissing Sheikh Mansour, the vice president of Man City. Nobody dismisses him, but Arsenal fans, oh no, because you're not going down with the typical VAR's fault. They're against us. The referees against us. The pundits are against us. Sky's against us. BBC, all that puccaria. All of a sudden, they want to discredit what David Dein is saying. David Dein's saying the same thing I was saying. The same thing I was saying. Ultimately, we didn't do enough. One shot in 90 minutes on target is an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. Yeah, but you know how it is over here with Arsenal. It's the same pucaria. There's more looking at VAR and decisions than actually looking at the fact that there are ways, there are channels to go and put a grievance in against VAR. I'm not sitting there saying VAR is perfect. And I don't even think David Dein is saying that VAR is perfect. But he's saying at the end of the day, the way Arteta came out and was rambling and shouting and doing all this extra pucaria, ultimately, that wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. Yeah, there's channels and there's routes that you can go down and you can go and complain about VAR and what you're not happy with and what you are happy with, etc. If you feel aggrieved, ultimately, you didn't need all of this. It's a disgrace, guys. It's a disgrace. Because weeks before Arsenal's decision against Newcastle, when Arteta was asked about VAR, that filo da puta stood there saying, oh, well, VAR, they do their best. You have to respect the decisions. And now all of a sudden, this filo da puta's coming out with other rubbish. And I'm so happy that David Dein has come out and said it, because every time I talk, these filos da puta get rattled and, oh, you just want to be negative. You just want to be controversial. You want to be Lee Gunner. You want to be this. You want to be that. No filo da puta. End of the day, yeah? End of the day, I don't see Arsenal fans crying and bitching every time it goes for us. It's only when it goes against us. At the end of the day, you either are against VAR's decision in general, whether it goes for you or not. You want good refereeing or you don't. Not come in with all the crying and all the crap. This is a big up to David Dein. Yeah, accountability. This guy's got the standards of when I started supporting this flipping football club. When I saw Thierry Henry and I used to go into the playground trying to imitate Thierry Henry. Yeah, accountability. And when he was vice president of Arsenal and making people accountable, that was when we was winning major honors. That's when we was going on to win titles and win doubles. And listen, under David Dein, we got to the 06 Champions League final. Since then, we've never been there before. So listen, the guy's got a lot of credibility. He's won titles with us and won league doubles. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy's oversaw us buying Birdcamp, oversaw us getting Ian Wright from Crystal Palace from £2.5 million. David Dein has been influential. A lot of our great football players that got statues outside the stadium, a lot of them are attributed to David Dein coming to Arsenal Football Club. Do you know what I'm saying? And getting these deals over the line. So at the end of the day, when this guy speaks, You have to respect it. He's been there and done that as a vice president, getting players over the line, appointing Arsene Wenger that a lot of this fan base loved and called them their second dad and made them fall in love with this football club. So when David Dein is saying, listen, I wouldn't be co-signing, going, complaining that hard. I know it's an emotional game, but I tell you, you're crying a bit too much about VAR. You crying about VAR doesn't take away from the fact that we've not been looking good enough this season, and we're only producing one shot on target in what, 101 minutes or something, including extra time. Absolute facts. But you already know these Filius da puta, they get emotional. They don't want to hear that. Oh, no side. Oh, you're just being negative. You're only behind it because there's negative. Big up to my guy David Dein. Yeah, you see behind me. Yeah, behind me we got the picture. Where is it? There. Behind me we got the picture. Yeah, of the last time we won the league. Yeah. I just saw that new Invincibles kit coming out, this flipping club, the same Pucaria coming out with new merch, more Pucaria. Oh, the Invincibles inspired kit. Who put that together? Who put that team together? Arsene Wenger with the assistance of David Dein. And after 07, when did we go and win another league title? Once David Dein left in 07, did we win another league title? No. Did we get to another Champions League final? No. Did we do a league double? No, we didn't do anything. So at the end of the day, this guy was part of us being successful, and I always will respect David Dein for bringing. Look at David Dein got Sol Campbell over the line. Sol Campbell, over the line from Tottenham. That is the equivalent of back when Harry Kane was at Tottenham, pipping Harry Kane away from Tottenham and bringing him to Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? That is the type of deals this guy's been involved in, getting these level of players over to Arsenal Football Club. So when he speaks, we have to respect. Free for me and two for you. Respect, my friend. Respect. You know what I'm saying? Big up to David Dein, talking absolute facts. Let's get into the rest of what David Dein had to say on TalkSport. Hold on.
You can't say the team really deserved to win. Having said that, they didn't really deserve to lose. And they lost on a controversial incident about VAR. But some decisions are going to go for you, some will go against. And you've got to accept both in life.
Exactly. Bro, eso mo tropa. Eso mo tropa. Some decisions go for you, some go against you. You got to live with that. You got to move on. And ultimately, VAR, whether the ball went out of the line, whether Gabriel was pushed in the back, whatever, you are still accountable for the way that you play out there on the pitch. And what I don't like about modern day football is everything is an excuse, especially at Arsenal Football Club. Especially at Arsenal Football Club. It's always an excuse. Oh, oil money. Oh, VAR. Oh, the BBC pundits. Oh, Sky Sports pundits. Oh, BT Sports pundits. Oh, beIN Sport don't like us. Oh, this. Oh, that. Like big boss David Dein said, you are accountable for your own actions, and you have to take the rough with the smooth. The rough with the smooth, because when decisions go for us, nobody in this fan base is crying about VAR decisions and nothing. Only when it goes against us, then we're crying. Yeah, I've seen so many times Eddie Nketiah should have got a red. There was a game where he was slide tackling all over the place. He should have got a red. Do you know what I'm saying? Eddie Nketiah, Kai Havertz was another one in a game, sliding all over the place. He should have seen a second yellow. He should have got a red and been sent off. But those went for us. So you don't hear Arsenal fans talking about that because it went for us. At the end of the day, if you make yourself accountable, then you know that you put the game within your hands. You don't allow the referee. We allowed the fact that we had one shot on target. We allowed the referee. This is something that Arteta is not going to say. The fact that you play this type of football, you had one shot on target. One shot on target for a team that we have no gunman in this team, that you give them one chance and they're going to bury it. Yeah, you get one chance. You didn't put us in a position to win that game in the first place. Yeah, and the funny thing is, David Dein's actually right. You got to live with it because ultimately, what are we arguing about? A draw, a point. Is that going to win us the league? No, it's not. So let's not come up with no pucaria. Let's not gastar more tempo. Porque não vamos estressar na minha cabeça. That is the truth. We weren't going to win the game because we didn't play. The players weren't up for it. The manager got the tactics wrong, got the lineup wrong. And that's ultimately why we didn't win the game. You know what I'm saying? And big up to David Dein, talking absolute facts. Let's get back into David Dein and hear what else he's got to say.
But, it is what it is, and there is a process in place and how they deal with these things, and I just think it was a little bit unnecessary, and I don't think it did the image of the club any good.
Just
I'm sorry, I agree. I agree. Listen, all this crying and moaning and all of this type of stuff, bro. Just if you feel aggrieved, go down the right channels. Then we saw certain footage coming out showing that the ball looked like it was still in play. So all of that for what? All of that for what? What was all that moaning about? What was it about? And the thing that annoys me is that it just takes the highlight from this manager having 4 years, £700 million spent, and yet we're performing like that against Newcastle. And this ain't just a one-off. We didn't perform well against West Ham. We didn't perform well against Lons. We didn't perform well in various games this season. And what it does is, oh, VAR, VAR, VAR. Yes, VAR ain't perfect. Yes, VAR, you can call it out. But this manager, when does he make himself accountable? Huh? It's an absolute shambles the way we're looking this season. How come for 2 seasons in a row, we're going into January transfer window, looking once again to re-strengthen the squad? Why? Because in the summer, you didn't do what needed to be done. The last transfer window, when everyone's giving it a 10 out of 10, an amazing transfer window, once again, you've prepared to, if you don't prepare, then you prepare to fail. So that is what it's about. Why is the system looking worse? Why is the bench looking just as bad as last season? Why have we not plugged certain holes that we needed to in this team? Why have we got Kai Havertz doing the Xhaka role when he's unable to do that? These are the questions that we need. Why is Saka getting burnt out and run into the ground? Why have we not got a goal scorer? But no, VAR, VAR, VAR. I'm sick and tired of it. VAR is not the reason why we bottled it last season. The VAR ain't going to be the reason why we bottle it this season. Because VAR is still in play when Man City are playing their games and they're able to get over the line and win major honours. So why can't we? What's the difference? Are we the only team that plays with using VAR decisions? No, we're not. Are we the only ones that get aggrieved by VAR? No, we're not. Ultimately, if you control your game, you can, to a degree, make VAR irrelevant. If you perform to your best, if you make sure that you prepare your squad properly and you got a striker, you got a midfielder, number 10 that can play through the press, you know what I'm saying? You can do what you need to do, but that's not the popular thing to say around Arsenal. So it's always going to be the same old bukadia, the same old excuses. Everyone, cry. Let's get the violins out. Let's get the violins out. Pick up to flipping David Dein. Do you know what I'm saying? He made his players accountable. He made his manager accountable. Hold on, let me turn down the heating because it's getting hot up in here. Flipping out, the heating's on. Flipping, boiling up in here. But listen, people, make sure you're hitting the likes. Make sure you're hitting. Listen, if you don't agree with me, then let me know. But for me, I'm sorry. When David Dein speaks, I listen because this is a guy for me that made me support this football club. My family were divided, Arsenal and Man United. Half my family Arsenal, half my family were United. And I was deciding between Man United and Arsenal. When I saw Thierry Henry, when I saw the style of football that Wenger was implementing, when I saw Perez, when I saw Bergkamp, when I saw Canu, when I saw all these players, bro, when I saw these players, that's what made me fall in love with Arsenal. This is why I got their picture over here. Do you know what I'm saying? When I saw Ashley Cole, all these players, I ain't going to lie. When I grew up seeing these players, bro, absolute ballers, that's what made me fall in love with Arsenal. The way we played, I used to go in the playground and replicate that. Who created that structure? Who created that structure? David Dein. David Dein. You know what I mean? When Brice Rioch got fired and dismissed after a year, who was the one that continued to insinuate and tell the board that we need Arsene Wenger? David Dein. It was David Dein. So if you love the Wenger period, you have to love David Dein because he was the one that scouted the manager from Japan. He was the one that brought in Henry's and brought in Perez and brought in Reyes and all these legends that we speak about, Patrick Vieira, all these men, so Campbell's, all these men were brought by him. So at the end of the day, I think he does know something about football. I think he does know something about football. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. And for me, I just think it's disgusting. Like, hearing that certain Arsenal fans are dismissing David Dein and what he done, it's like, bro, yes, you got Pep Guardiola there at Man City. Would Pep Guardiola be able to transform Man City to winning the treble and doing all the things that they've done and dominating English football if it wasn't for Sheikh Mansour and people like that behind the scenes? No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? No, he wouldn't. And the thing is, yeah, you can see because after 07, when was the last time we won a major honor? It looked like Arsene Wenger was a shadow of himself after that. When David Dein left in 07, it was a shadow of himself. He wasn't the same player. He wasn't doing the exact same deals. Yeah, certain deals became good. Adebayor, Nasri, Fabregas. Yeah, some of them were good. But ultimately, you could see a massive difference. The David Dein era at Arsenal, we were winning major honours. After that, you could see Wenger wasn't the same. Obviously, there's other things involved in it. Wenger also wasn't able to develop as a coach. He wasn't able to implement different styles of play. He was a bit stubborn, and there's other factors. I understand that. But ultimately, you can see that there's a big difference. It's a big difference. And listen, anybody that knows their history, Brian Clough, he had a guy next to him that was scouting. Brian Clough was picking the formation, and he had an assistant coach. Everyone works in partnerships. A lot of these great managers have partnerships, great partnerships. Yeah, a lot of managers are good on the field, tactics, wanting certain players, and there's other people behind the scenes that are good at getting the deal over the line, getting the right players, identifying the right players, getting them for the right price, making sure that you don't get bumped, making sure that, you know, when, like they used to say, that Arsenal knock used to sound different. You know, for how long have we had that Arsenal knock sound different? You know what I mean? So that was a lot of that was created by David Dein. So you have to accredit that. You know what I mean? It's not just a one-man thing. And like I said, after 07, were we the same? Were we the same from 06 to 06 to 04? Could you compare that period to after David Dein left? Was it comparable? No. 20 years of not winning no major honors, 20 years of the standards going down, 20 years of not demanding success, 20 years of being nearly men. Do you know what I'm saying? So big up to David Dein and absolute facts. Listen, I'm not saying that I'm the biggest fan of VAR or things shouldn't be changed about VAR. I've been saying that there's things that do need to be changed about VAR. You know, the angles of what they show on TV, a lot of enough angles. We can't see clearly. We can't make a decisive, you know, I don't like also the speed of how they make decisions. Why not mic'd up? There's loads of things I don't like about VAR. But ultimately, there is still a lot of things that are in the hand of this manager that he also is unable to get right, and he's not doing right. So listen, man, at the end of the day, VAR, it's not VAR's fault that this bench is like. It's not VAR's fault that this manager's implementing a style of play that the majority of the players look lost playing this style of play. It's not VAR's fault that we can't play through a press. It's not VAR's fault that we ain't got a world-class striker. It's not VAR's fault that we have no rotation for Saka. It's not VAR's fault that Havertz was a bad buy. And I said that filho da puta, that German filho da puta would not be good enough. It's not VAR's fault for that. You know what I'm saying? It's not VAR's fault that this manager wants to insist playing Zinchenko left back when he's better suited to be playing as a midfielder. It's not VAR's fault. It's not VAR's fault that when Partey was fit, this manager's playing him as a right back. It's not VAR's fault about that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, family. Listen, big up. Let's get into something. I saw Boovy talking about Ramsdale and Raya, the whole situation of Nick Ramsdale coming out doing an interview. I found it quite interesting from a Man City point of view, what he had to say. Let's get into
potential. Obviously, I don't know. It has the potential to create a little bit of friction between Aaron Ramsdale, David Raya, between Aaron Ramsdale, Mikel Arteta. I think ultimately, if you had every average goalkeeper's dad coming out on Twitter, coming out on podcasts and bemoaning the fact their son isn't number one, right, then I think you'd have millions of articles that all these media outlets can gobble up and make big quotes out of and create headlines out of nothing.
Exactly. Did Bravo, I remember when Pep went to Man City and he bought Bravo. I didn't see Bravo's dad coming out in the media complaining, moaning and going on flipping streams and moaning and complaining. Oh, why is my son not playing? Oh, you know, Man City, Pep sold him a dream, brought him over to Man City, and now he's not playing. I didn't see that. I didn't see Joe Hart's dad coming out. Joe Hart was number one at Man City when Pep came. Pep said, nah, he doesn't suit the way I want to play. I want to play out from the back. I want to distribute. I want a goalkeeper that can distribute out from the back. You don't suit the way that I want to play. I didn't see Joe Hart's dad coming out. Do you know what I'm saying? Or coming out and flipping the Head and Shoulders advert and saying, oh, you know what? Why is my son not playing? Bro, they kept it moving, innit? Man moved on. So it's facts, man. At the end of the day, if you got something to say, then go say it to the manager. And if you're not happy, then go get your agent to move you on. I think Boovy's 100% talking absolute facts. I have to agree with Boovy on this one.
That's the reality. The proof is really in the pudding, okay? The proof is in the fact that Aaron Ramsdale wasn't good enough to outcompete David Raya for the number one spot because he isn't good enough. He glimpses to football fans around the world that at key points in games he flaps at things, he's unconfident. At key points in games he loses concentration. We'll talk about a few more comments where he came out, it was about a year ago I think it was, where he came out and talked about having a lack of concentration, but they've kind of been, but then you have to really take a step back and say, is my son good enough to warrant? Is he being randomly dropped for some sort of personal vendetta? No, he's being dropped because he's not quite good enough, and that's fine. He's a top 10, in the top 15 Premier League clubs kind of band.
And that's what Boovy's absolutely right. And that's what lacks from today's football. Accountability. I've never seen so much drama over, oh, you got to start Ramsdale. Oh, he's unhappy. Oh, he's going to leave. Let him leave. Is this guy world class? Is this Neuer in his prime? Is this Schmeichel? Is this David Seaman? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't want to hear none of it, bro. The guy's saying he lacks concentration. Boovy's absolutely correct. Like, it's not a vendetta. When Ramsdale's played this season, he's doing the same mistakes he had last season, flapping around. Then he comes out in an interview. Listen, maybe Arteta felt some type of way of him coming out in an interview. I'm sure that Mikel Arteta didn't sanction him to go out in an interview and say, oh, you know what? I can't concentrate for 90 minutes. I got to start singing songs and doing all this book idea like it's Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, Arsenal X Factor. I'm sure he didn't tell him and sanction him to go out and do an interview with flipping righty saying, oh, I can't concentrate for 90 minutes. How is that going to make your manager have confidence in you? You don't even have confidence in yourself. You're telling us you're not good enough at the job. Listen, I'm a gas engineer. If I turn up to someone's house and say I'm going to install your boiler, but you know what? I'm not feeling very confident. Are you going to want me to touch your boiler? I'm sure you're not. And it's the same thing when it comes to football. How's your manager going to trust you when you're saying you can't concentrate for 90 minutes? And listen, for all I cuss Arteta, I do think that Arteta does want to win the league. I do think he wants to win big things. I just don't think he's got the credentials. There's one thing wanting to do something, but can you actually do it? But Arteta does want to win. How is he going to trust somebody, a goalkeeper, your last line of defense, when the guy is saying he has to sing songs and look at birds, look around and interact with the crowd? Bro, we don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're there to perform, and this guy doesn't perform enough. So it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. It's absolutely, and his dad coming out crying, bro. It is what it is, isn't it? Like, you're not the manager. All you're doing is trying to undermine the manager, but ultimately, like, I don't understand why you feel aggrieved. Like, I had more reason to back Trossard doing one of these moves more than Raya, because I saw at the start of the season there was games where Trossard was absolutely balling and he was in form, and yet the manager kept dropping him. Trossard didn't get his dad out and said, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get my dad out. Let's have an interview. Let me go online. Let me go on stream and start complaining." Trossard just put his head down and said, "You know what? I'm going to work my way into the team." You know what I'm saying? I want to work my way into the team. Like, it's a joke thing. It's an absolute joke. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Trossard doing this, you know? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, I just found that interesting from Boovy, getting a Man City perspective on the situation. And yeah, just crazy how, like, a lot of football fans are like, they just don't understand like what they're talking about. Like, if you load up Arsene Wenger and you load up legends like that, like, bro, David Dein was the one that brought them to the club. Like, how can you be disrespecting him? Do you know what I mean? How can you be disrespecting him? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, whether you agree with him or not, the man earns, bro, the man should be respected. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Man City fans ain't going to disrespect Sheikh Mansour, you know what I'm saying, as their vice president. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they understand that the running of their club and the fact that they're getting good money, like Man City don't get bumped for players. Arsenal didn't really get bumped for players. Like, we weren't always breaking transfer records. That's because of the good business of David Dein. Do you know what I'm saying? Identifying a gem on Thierry at Juventus, we bought him, you know what I'm saying? And then transformed him into the striker and the legend that we all know today. That's good business from David Dein. Do you know what I'm saying? I will never forget the Sol Campbell deal. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, just imagine, yeah, for anyone that's not old enough, just imagine Harry Kane switching allegiances and moving from Tottenham, instead of going to Bayern, coming to Arsenal. Imagine. Why do Tottenham fans still sing songs about Sol Campbell? Because they're still salty. Do you know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of deals man could get over the line. And man want to disrespect David Dein. Oh, why is he saying that, we just need to get on with VAR, and he wouldn't co-sign as a vice president, he wouldn't co-sign what Arteta said. Bro, he has every right to. Like, why are you coming out making all this drama about VAR? Do it behind closed doors. Go through the proper channels, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't saying this when VAR's protecting your players. Players that should have got sent off don't get sent off. You didn't say anything then. So why are you saying something now? So it's a mad one. It's an absolute mad one. But I want to get into you lot's comments. Make sure you're hitting the like and you're subscribing Do you know what I mean? I can't wait. Listen, I can't lie for me. I can't wait for international break to just be over. I'm so sick and tired of it. Tired of it. Draining, man. Absolute draining. Do you know what I mean? Thank God I'm going to be in Spain soon. Going to see my dad. You know what I mean? Make sure big up Lee. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to Lee. Do you know what I'm saying? Lee Gunner. And yeah, man, I'm going to be in Spain soon. I can't wait, man. Because listen, can't be dealing with this British weather, man. It's so depressing. And when there's no football on, it's just long. Absolutely long. Like, I don't know. I hate it. I can't lie. I do hate it. Because Portugal already qualified. What am I watching? Like, there's no point. Like, you know what I mean? My other two my other two countries played, Angola and Cape Verde. It was a draw. I weren't really interested. I can't lie, because Portugal nick all our best players anyways. What's the point? You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. Big up, brother Northside. Hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Just here, bro. Big up Northside. Big up to all of you lot. Come on, love for the support. Also big up to the true legend David Dein. David Dein knows how Arsenal should be run as a club in every aspect, how to present himself and represent the club. So I'm saying, bro. So I'm saying. But listen, a lot of man online, they listen, I don't know. I don't know with certain man. What's this? Campbell knew the grass was greener at Highbury. Yeah, it was. And that's how much we've fallen off, because Harry Kane knew that the grass isn't greener at Arsenal when he was at Tottenham. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Yeah, back then we could attract Tottenham's best player to Arsenal. Why? Because we're winning major honours. And when you're winning major honours doing what these lot are doing, yeah, lifting the Premier League title, that's what you can do. You can pip the best players from your rivals. Man United used to do it all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show we're not able to do that quite yet. But under David Dein, appointing the right manager, getting the right players for the right amount of money. Do you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, yeah, we got Rice and you can be happy with Rice, but I still feel like we got bumped in terms of how much we paid for Pepe. We got bumped with how much we paid for Kai Havertz. You know what I'm saying? I think we still got bumped for Ben White. I don't think Ben White was worth £50 million when we bought him. Do you know what I'm saying? Under David Dein, we'd have probably got him for 30. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, 25, 30 or 25 plus add-ons. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like, there's still a lot of business. We're still not back to where we were. And that just shows how much we've fallen off. You know, when David Dein was around, the expectation was to win major honours. It wasn't just accepting the same pucaria, the same merda these don't keep talking about top four. And about top four. It's about winning, yeah? And there was no 20 years without winning and then giving us another process that's going to take 6 years on top of the 20 years. None of that pucaria. It was about winning. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. David Dein represents everything a lot of these top gooners don't like, which is accountability and winning at all costs. They're not willing to do that. They're not willing to do that. It's all about propping up mediocrity over here. It's all about everything is amazing. Just as long as you qualify for Champions League, that's it. Job done. Don't need to win anything. Just win a cup, maybe a Community Shield. You know what I mean? Every time you buy if any manager at Arsenal wins an FA Cup, that buys you 4 or 5 years. If you win a Community Shield, that buys you 2-3 years. You know what I mean? That's how it is. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. Northside, I like you, but in this instance, I'm with Arteta. That decision have been going against for a long time now. Brentford last year, Newcastle this year. Bro, listen. For me, yeah, I'm not hearing it. Because, you know why? Because it's the hypocrisy from this manager. When it was VAR decisions last season, a couple of weeks ago, and he was asked about VAR, the guy was all on board on it because we were getting 3 points. But as soon as it doesn't go your way, all of a sudden you're now aggrieved. No. That's flip-flopping. VAR has been I've been consistent when it comes to VAR. I've been saying I don't like VAR. I don't like the way they do it. I don't like the fact that it's not transparent. I don't like the fact that they don't keep it's not consistent. One game you see a decision given, the other game you don't. I keep it consistent though. You know what I'm saying? What I don't like is this manager's picking and choosing when he likes it. And ultimately, VAR ain't the reason why we lost the game. It's not the reason, bro. Because the most you would have got out of the game was a draw. We weren't winning that game. And why were we not winning that game? Because this manager hasn't gone out there and got the players that were necessary and hasn't set us up to win and deal with teams like Newcastle that's going to bring the game to us. That's why. It's not about just VAR. You know what I'm saying? But it's easy to just point the finger at VAR because everybody's outraged at VAR. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not convinced that it was a push to the back of our centre back. And from certain angles I saw after the game, I'm not sure if the ball actually went out of play. So most of the time, they listen on the rules. They say if it's not 100% that the ball's gone out, then you have to play the game on as if it's in. So that's the rules of the game. So it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But it's your point. It's your point of view, and I respect it. But yeah, I just disagree. 1 point could have won Liverpool the league twice in 3 years, bro. Don't compare us to Liverpool, because one, they got a better manager, and two, when they actually went on to win the league and they were competing, they actually went out and got players that were levels. You know what I'm saying? And that were ready to compete. We're not going to be coming 1 point within Man City. We didn't even do it last season, and we had one competition to focus on. You know what I'm saying? We got the same bench as last season. This manager's not making us look as good as a unit. There's more things against us. Same dead bench. The manager changing the formation that makes us look worse. We haven't gone out there and got the players that are necessary. I'm hearing rumors that we're going to get a midfielder instead of going out there getting a striker and a midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're not going to be coming within 1 point of Man City, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not. We have not improved. We've regressed. In every aspect, we've regressed. We've regressed. Our play style, our bench, the way the manager's managing the team and the squad. Look how many injuries we got. And some of it is attributed to this manager. Saka picking up injuries is because he's playing him 90 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? Partey, if you know he's injury prone, why did he go out and play a friendly for Ghana? Why did he go represent his country? Yeah, that's the time where you say whatever you need to do, yeah, to make sure you protect your player so he's available for the football club that pays his wages. Do you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not hearing it. Jesus is injured, yeah? Jesus is injured. Jesus was injured last season. Why didn't we prepare for a Jesus injury? And now there's reports that he's coming back. But ultimately, yeah, all these issues is down to this manager. It's down to this manager. Do you know what I'm saying? The lack of fluidity, the fact that we can't transition defense to attack, yeah, because we don't have a Granit Xhaka that actually helped a lot with the transition and moving the ball from defense to attack. Yeah, we've gone and got Kai Havertz. Why does this manager persist in getting Kai Havertz? So the backlines of this manager. You know what I'm saying? If all those things were addressed, then I'll look more towards VAR. But I'm sorry, no. There's too many things he's getting wrong for me to say it's only VAR. No. Man City are able to win major honours despite VAR. So why is it only different for this manager? It's an excuse. For me, it's an excuse. Arsenal are not getting within 1 point of Man City. That Liverpool team that was challenging Man City year in, year out is a better team than what we've got right now. It's a better team. It's a better squad. It's a much better team. Yeah. Before they needed to rebuild and the players got old and they had to move on certain players, and now they went and got Sly and whatever his name is and them man there. The team that were competing neck and neck with Man City year in, year out is a better squad, better team, and play better football than us. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. And they got a better manager. So let's not compare us to Liverpool, because we ain't there yet to push Man City the whole way. Liverpool were pushing Man City the whole way. We didn't push Man City the whole way last season. We didn't. The crunch end of the season, we collapsed. Plenty of games to go, we collapsed. We didn't push them the whole way. You know what I mean? So come on, bro. Let's be real. I can't lie. It's just natural human behavior. When it goes for you, you don't care. But when it goes against you, you care then. Bro, I just keep it consistent, bro. I just keep it consistent. For me, I just call it out because I want it changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, better refereeing benefits everyone. I ain't going to just... Because then it's just a bit hypocritical. Like, oh, I love VAR when the decision goes against us and it's well-deserved. And this is one thing that AFTV always do. When it goes for us, they never mention VAR. As soon as we lose and there's a controversial decision, all this, oh, VAR, bro. It's not, it's hypocritical. It's hypocritical. You know what I mean? VAR, my lord, you know. When was the last time we really did have a 10 out of 10 window? Well over 20 years ago. Exactly, bro. How can it be a 10 out of 10 window? If it's a 10 out of 10 window, like these lot always say, it was a 10 out of 10 window last January. Should have won the league then. Should have won the league. They said it was a 10 out of 10 transfer window last January, but then they used the fact that we lost the league last season to a light bench. So it wasn't a 10 out of 10 transfer window, was it? But like I said, bro, this is Arsenal. This is the majority of Arsenal fans. It's always whatever sounds the best, whatever excuse sounds the best and the most popular. I've been saying this for the longest. Most of my family are Bayern supporters. They probably got some standards then, bro. You know what I mean? You probably do too as well. I'm not going to say you don't. But it's probably why you got standards, bro. You know what I mean? Because your family know about standards. Up the lax, people. Come on. Arsenal's doorbell's busted. It's Arteta and Edu's fault. Hope you're well, Northside. A big up. Enjoy Spain. Yeah, man. Yeah, listen, it'll be good, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to go to Spain, to be honest. Need some sun. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. It's going to be good, man. Spain should be good. Should be good. Can't wait. Can't wait. Cannot lie. What's the next comment? Big up. Why is Ramsdale's dad even chatting? Bro, it's crazy, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? I haven't seen man call their dad since it was year 3 in school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like grown men calling their dad. If every time I had an issue at my work, not that I could call my dad because he was no good but a flipping sperm donor, but I just went and just handled it myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how are you calling your dad down to work? Like Ramsdale, have some shame, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you not a man? Deal with it yourself. Why are you calling your dad like, bro? I don't even know, bro. You know what I mean? It's a joke. Absolute joke. Hit the like button, people. Facts Northside, Ramsdale's a meaty keeper. He ain't all that, bro. He ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? He just pumps his fist in the air and he looks bare like, you know what I mean? Like he's like overreacting, and this fan base love that. They love that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same fan base that were doing party hard when we signed Partey. Like, you know what I mean? Listen, they have more. I don't know. I really don't. I don't think Ramsdale and Raya are good enough to play for Arsenal. They can't follow legends like Seaman and Lehman. Exactly, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I said I didn't see this when Seaman left. I didn't see this when Lehman left. Like, bro, these men are nowhere near the level of Seaman and Lehman. Especially Lehman, because I saw obviously more of Lehman than Seaman. But I did see Seaman as well. But, bro, come on, man. They were proper goalkeepers, bro. And you never saw all of this in the crowd and doing all this. Nah, bro. They just got on with their job. Do you know what I'm saying? They made sure they turned up every week. That's what they did. You know, football's just not the same. He's not welcome at Chelsea if he wants to stay in London, go to West Ham or Charlton. Neither is Ramsdale nor Raya close enough to Alisson or Neuer for us to even have this problem in the first place. That's what I'm saying. Like if Ramsdale wants to leave, let him leave, man. I don't care. Did you watch Portugal? No, I couldn't, bro. I couldn't. I had a cousin's birthday to be at, so I couldn't watch the game, bro. I couldn't watch the game. We qualified already anyway, so it's kind of like whatever. I didn't see it. I think they played Iceland, didn't it? They won 2-0. You know what I mean? What's this here? David Dein would never buy a bum like Havertz. Exactly, bro. I don't think the struggle to concentrate is unique to Ramsdale, and I believe it's part of what separates world-class players from the rest. I do believe it's on him to find a way to overcome that. Yeah, obviously, that is the difference between world-class goalkeepers and the ones that are not. I get that, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you're coming out, yeah, you're crying like you're on the Ricky Lake show, like you're on Jeremy Kyle, you're crying and moaning, yeah? You know what I'm saying? How does that make the fan base continue to fight for you to be in the starting lineup? And how does that fill your manager with confidence that you should be starting against Raya? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you say that? Like, why would you come out and say that? Like, do we listen? Are we gonna say, okay, you know what, Kai Havertz? Will we accept Kai Havertz coming out in an interview saying, you know what, yeah, I can't assist and I can't score? And then what, would you come out and say, oh, well, you know what, like assisting and scoring goals is the hardest thing in football. Scoring goals is the hardest thing. So you know what, it's not bad that Kai Havertz comes out in an interview and admits it. Look, I already know it, but I don't expect Kai Havertz to come out in an interview and actually admit it. You know what I'm saying? What he should be doing is allocating time to get better at his job because you're being paid very well. You know what I'm saying? Ramsdale's on what, 120 a week? I'm expecting you to get better at your job, bro. You're getting paid extraordinary amounts of money. Like, you should be working on your job, not coming out and interview, you know what I mean, saying things like that. Nah, for me, nah, man, I don't respect that. I don't respect that. Neuer is ready for retirement and still better than Ramsdale and Raya. Raya, Ricky. Yeah, bro. It's facts, man. It's facts. Three positive things about Arsenal this season. Well, hopefully Arteta gets sacked so we can get a manager that's actually got the credentials to have this job. And what else? What else is positive? We got Declan Rice. What's another positive? That's another positive. It's probably about it. There's no other positive I can really think of. There's two. That we got Declan Rice. So I'm sure he could do wonders for a manager that's actually able to win major honors. And I think this season Arteta's going to be exposed, and we're going to get rid of him. So yeah, those are the two positives I can think of. Who's more critical to the team, Rice, Saliba, or Saka? Bro, they're all pivotal to the team. They all do an important job. You know what I'm saying? Saliba and Rice are part of the spine. And you can't win anything until you develop a strong spine in the squad. And this is why we're not going to win anything. We don't, part of that, the top half of that spine is missing. We don't have a striker. You know what I mean? You got your striker, you got CDM and a centre back and goalkeeper. You know what I'm saying? The goalkeepers is not that bad. They can still do. But at the same time, Saliba is levels. You know what I mean? Rice is, but we don't have a world-class striker. Saka is being burnt out. So yeah, man, they're all pivotal. They all do different jobs in it. So there's not one that's more critical than the other. Like it's a team game, innit? So they're all critical. Arsenal are not the club to have major decisions go against them. Arteta can't control his emotions. Talking about control football. Yeah, bro. I'm done with that guy, bro. I'm done with that guy. Thought no one cares about Man City. So why are people saying what about Man City to what is happening with Everton? Bro, it's jealousy, isn't it? It's jealousy. When it comes to Man City, it's a lot of jealousy. It's a lot of jealousy. And you can see it. What's this? Hello, Northside. How's it going? Don't worry, Northside. As a Man City fan, we're getting relegated soon, apparently. Bro, listen, with the Man City thing, nothing's been proven. Until something's proven, which I suspect is going to take a long time, then just chill, man. It's all hate. It's all hate. And listen, the majority of these football fans, as soon as their club gets oil money, they're not going to start saying, oh, you know what, based on how I feel about oil money and the way I've criticized teams like Chelsea and Man City, I'm not going to support Arsenal anymore. It's all hypocrisy, bro. Like, if my club gets oil money, I want them to spend every single penny that they can. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see trophies. I want to see medals, and I want to see winning. And ultimately, if I keep it completely real, the richest clubs have always been the ones that dominate and win titles and win major honors. It's always been like that. Benfica in Portugal, Bayern Munich over there in Germany, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atleti. Like, the richest clubs are always the ones that win the majority of the silverware. It's always been like that. It's just back in the day, it was obviously to a lesser degree because it wasn't. You just needed multi-millionaires to run your club, but they'll still spending millions. You know what I'm saying? Relative to those times. Now we've got oil-rich owners. It's the same difference. It's the same difference. You know what I'm saying? There's always a correlation to the richest teams in every country in their league are the ones that win the majority of the silverware. Yes, you get certain teams that sometimes come up and, you know, randomly win a trophy here and there. But the majority is always the ones that spend the most money. Money and winning trophies in football is always correlated. When is it not? When is it not? When has it been that the poorest clubs win? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Certain football fans nowadays just getting salty because their clubs are not the richest. The reality is a lot of football teams like Arsenal have owners that can pump in money. You know what I'm saying? They can pump in, I think it's something like 150. They can pump in extra into the team every year if they're really serious about winning. You know what I'm saying? Not taking dividends out of the club like the Glazers over there at Man United. Do you know what I'm saying? Using the club finances to go out there and get the players that are necessary. Do you know what I'm saying? So, listen, at the end of the day, for me, I think a lot of fans do the dirty work for a lot of our ownership to get away with doing the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our ownership, Arsenal, Man United, etc., they pocket the money and they don't want to spend it. They don't want to spend the money. They don't want to go out there and break transfer records and do what needs to be done to get these players over the line. Because these clubs have got a big enough fan base to generate the money and be calm. Do you know what I'm saying? And this ownership, what's 152 owner like Arsenal's that's got what 8, 9, 10 billion pounds? What's 150 million? What's that? Nothing. He can pump that into Arsenal every year if he wanted to. Do you know what I'm saying? Getting us better sponsorship. They don't want to. They don't want to. You know what I'm saying? People talk like Man City's owners are pumping billions and billions. They're not. They're not able to pump billions. You know what I'm saying? But they just care enough to pump money in. And then the rest of the fans just get salty. Oh, they're doing it, bro. There's a lot more that our ownerships can be doing. There is a lot more that they can be doing. And a lot of money they could be pumping into the club and still comply with FFP if they want to. But they don't want to. They don't want to. They want to leech off our football clubs. And then we complain when Man City want to go out there and actually be proactive and want to win major honours. Nah, this is why I always point the finger at my club. Because until I see my club doing everything within their power to actually go out there and win major honours, I'm not throwing no salt to nobody else. I envy Man City. I envy the fact that they, whatever it takes, they're going to go out there and do whatever they can to win major honours. I wish Arsenal was like that. Once upon a time, we was like that. But when you've got fans, when you've got a whole fan base that everybody accepts, just, oh, at least we put the pressure on. Oh, we finished top 4. Oh, I'm just happy that we're back in the Champions League. I'm just happy that we're around the conversation. I'm just happy to be top 4. I'm just happy that we got a young manager. I'm just happy that we got a puppy. Why would the ownership want to pump more money? Why? Why? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're thinking, rah, we're getting top money, merchandise. Arsenal have dropped 3 different merchandises, yeah, this season, on top of the 3 new kits this season. 3 new merchandise, yeah, and it's all getting sold out. No one's saying, you know what, it's phase 4. We've spent enough money. We've paid our tickets, season tickets, spent enough money, bought the merchandise. We're not buying any more merchandise. We're going to wait to the end of the season, see if you win anything. If you win anything, if you win a major honor, we'll go out there and buy the merchandise. We'll go out there, we'll buy it for the kids, buy it for my cousin, buy it for this, buy it for that. But no, these men they show their wallet every time. They give their card every time for the bare minimum. I'm not buying none of it. Anything that I've got of Arsenal has been given to me. I don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? But this fan base don't really want to win, man. They don't really want to win. You know what I'm saying? And this ownership, they feed into this fan base. You know what I mean? What's this? Apparently City paid for VAR is the only reason we're top of the league, is what some people say. It is what it is, man. As a Brazilian, we don't look great in our games. We lost the last 2 games. What's this? We can't rely on Partey. First time I've said this, but it's time to get a replacement. Bro, until we get a replacement, bro, like, you know what I mean? We just got to hang on. Apparently, we don't even have apparently, we have no money in January. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. Thank you, bro. Come on. Listen, we're growing, man. We're growing. You know what I mean? We're growing. What's this? Don't worry, apparently Raya is better than Edison. I'm guessing Raya asked Jesus to phone his dad because Eddie is always out of credit. I agree. If I was a manager, I can't trust a player who's saying he's struggling with concentration. What's this? What's this? Saliba, we bottled the league when we got injured. Listen, he's his replacement, bro. He's his replacement. Hey, Northside, what's going on? Great stream as always. Come on, bro. Love people for love. Listen, supporting the channel and everything. When we counter-attack the season, it's so slow. When I see Liverpool attack, they're so quick and slick with it. And it's annoying me, and these fans need to realize that we're not winning anything. Did you see Havertz play left back for Germany? I didn't even know he was playing left back for Germany. I didn't even know, bro. Bro, I don't watch German games, but listen, I don't know. Listen, I don't even, bro. It's an absolute joke. I'm so done with that guy, bro. I'm actually so done with that Kai Havertz, man. But listen, familia, make sure you like and subscribe, caramba. Make sure you hit the bell notification. And without further ado, I'm out.